But he makes the point a lot that I sneak up on them even though they have a compass. And the reason for that is that I'm very careful about when I sneak up on people. So in this case, I'm pretty sure I saw the cows. I wanted to kill the cows, but I knew that Bad was near me. So I didn't kill the cows. I hid, waited for Bad to come, and then jumped him because I needed the food. Like you can see, I have 4 hunger bars and 2 hearts. Like I needed the food, and I only have 4 raw pork chops, and I wanted to cook it as well. But again, I don't really remember. This was a long time ago, so I don't remember if that was exactly my mindset, but that makes sense. That's kind of what I would think right now if I was thinking that. But I usually take opportune moments to jump them, or they really wouldn't expect it. Because why would Bad expect that I'm going to come back towards them and kill him, right? Like he would expect I just keep running away and get further and further away from them. But if I come back and attack him, he'd have no idea. So that's why a lot of times I do that.
As you see here, Dream gave enough time for the hunters to collect full iron again after Sapnap was the only one who had armor left after this fight.
So this is another thing he mentions quite a few times. But one thing he doesn't understand is that we don't see their point of view, so we don't know how they collect iron. One thing I will say is that if you ask them, a lot of times they have extra iron. Like they leave extra iron at spawn in a chest, and they leave extra iron near their bed in a chest. And that happens, I don't know, that happens really frequently. Like, it happens all the time. They've mentioned it in videos before. A lot of times I'll just cut it out, but they do mention it, and they've talked about it on streams and stuff, I'm sure, before. But they get extra iron. So like they'll mine, they have 4 people or 3 people. They get a lot of iron, and they just have extra iron. They throw it in a chest knowing that I'm probably going to kill them. Or even if I kill one of them, then they'll have extra iron, and they'll be able to, respawn, grab the extra iron, throw it together, and then come back and fight me. So they mention that a lot. He mentions that how they get the iron so quickly. Well, it's because they had extra iron. And also Sapnap, I think, had some of their stuff, like some of their extra stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he might have.
You'll see that Dream doesn't burn any of the stuff, giving away for the hunter to yet get it again.
Yes, I didn't burn the stuff that's in the water. I technically could have. Like, I could have placed blocks and stuff like below it and tried to block off the whole waterway and got it up so I can burn it. Or I guess, do I have lava? I don't even know if I don't think I have lava. Maybe I did. Maybe it'd be a little easier to throw lava in there and burn it. But I think I just wasn't thinking about that. And I was also, items despawn fairly quickly. And you can always go back and this is like at a random place in the world. So I'm just probably expecting they're not going to find their stuff. It's super far. It's going to despawn before they find it. And also it's in the water, dude. Like, am I going on my way to burn this stuff? Like, probably not. And also it's like, one set that doesn't even have boots. Like, it's like a water bucket, 2 diorite, and some iron. Like, that's basically it. Well, again, they're not constantly, like, he's cooking iron. He's cooking food. Like, he's not constantly looking at his compass, staring at it and going, where is Dream? Is he going to sneak up on me? And also, one thing he doesn't even mention is that I come from the same way the compass was pointing. Like, look how I'm coming from this direction. So even if he was staring at the compass, it would be pointing the exact same way. I'm just running in a straight line towards him from the same direction. Like, even there, the compass just wouldn't, even if he was staring at the compass, which I guarantee he wasn't, I mean, it would still surprise him because I just came from the exact direction the compass was. Like, it wouldn't move at all.
Just listen. Did you hear that? He said, we can't hit him though. Now, you would assume here that he's just saying he can't reach him, but seeing how close they were before Dream entered the water, and seeing how many times Dream had met.
So I want to give chat a chance to guess why he said we can't hit him though. So he thinks that he said he can't hit him though because I'm too far away. What do you guys think? See some answers. Boat. That's right. When you're in a moving boat, you literally can't hit. Like, you can't hit somebody. The Minecraft mechanics don't work. So when he said I can't hit him though, he's in a boat. Him and Bad are both in a boat, and you can't hit in a moving boat.
Okay, see how George Not Found mentions for strength 2 it does +6 damage, yes?
At this point's kind of dumb, but he basically says, we'll watch it.
Here we see a cut. We see a cut there, and then we see George Not Found mentioning the exact same line again. Exactly.
So this is actually a funny story. So at this point, I don't know how much I included in the video. Maybe you guys will remember this, but at this point in the video, they're talking about beating me to death with strength 2 sticks. Like, I'm actually not sure I included it. I think I might have. But they were like, George and Bat are having a conversation. How much damage would we do if we had sticks that had strength 2? Because they were gonna beat me to death with like sticks. Well, they were joking about doing it. I don't think they were actually going to, but that's what they were joking about. I'm not sure I included it. I think I might have. But the reason he repeats himself is because they're having a conversation. Like, Bad's asking questions and George is going back and forth. I don't know why there's a cut there. It probably just has to do with the pacing. I do a lot of weird cuts with pacing. And I mean, I like literally, you can watch the video. I was killing Enderman for so long. Why would I just spawn in a pearl in a chest instead of just kill one extra Enderman? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the reason he repeated himself is because they're having a conversation. Like, Bad's like, well, what if we have strength 2? What if we did sticks? What if we did like a hoe? Like, they're talking about different things that they could beat me to death with like a stick or something weird with strength 2. So that's why he repeats himself.
Here we see Dream announce to the hunters that he found the second stronghold.
So I'll give Chad a chance again. Why do you think that I said that? Why was it okay for me to say that? Does anyone know in chat? Okay, I'll say. So basically, the portal was already lit. So when you light the portal, it makes a sound, right? It goes like, boom, like a giant sound that everyone hears, right? So I had already lit it. They knew I was at a second stronghold. They just didn't know how I was at a second stronghold. They literally already knew that. Like, they knew I had lit a portal, and they knew it wasn't the portal they were at. So they knew that that I was at a second stronghold. So the reason I said it is just for the video. Like, I'm at the second stronghold. Like, this is for the video, so that way people know, like, oh, that's what he did. He went to the second stronghold. But they already knew, so it didn't give away like anything at all, right? So this was probably dumb of me. But my mindset here when I give extra time, which was really just me clearing my inventory and stuff, was that they are like, I ran the path. It was extremely far. It was like 4,000 blocks or something. And I'm thinking I can kill the dragon in like, I can, like, my best time killing dragon is probably like 2.5 minutes or something. Like, I didn't have the beds and stuff, so probably maybe 5-6 minutes I can kill the dragon. Maybe it takes 10 if it's like super long. But I was thinking there's like no way they get here. But what I didn't take into account is that they had speed pots and stuff. So I could have, that was just a mistake on my part, but it's only an extra minute and they got there with more than a minute left in the dragon. So I feel like it didn't end up mattering, but it could have. So that was just a mistake on my part. I should have rushed in, but I still had to clear my inventory either way, but I should have gone in that way. The dragon had more time to like perch and stuff.
Yet again, Dream managed to sneak up on the hunters, despite the hunters having a compass pointing to him. It makes me question whether or not the compass is broken at this point. See, look here. He manages to sneak up on Bad Boy Halo and Sapnap while they have a compass. The compass should be telling them that Dream is this way, yet they seem to be heading this way.
Well, the whole time when they're tracking, the compass is pointing this way. They see the ocean ahead. They make a boat. They run forward to go click on the boat. They're assuming that I'm not hiding. Again, it's just all about what are they going to assume. Are they going to assume maybe he's hiding behind that hill? Let's just pay attention super closely to our compass and see if it turns right here. Like, no, they're not. But when they are, you notice they do that in the videos. Like, if they know, hey, he's right around here, they do that. They do say, or they'll be like, oh, it just turned. He's right above us or right below us. Like, they do that. They pay attention to it when they need to. But in this case, they'll just assume, he's probably not right here, and they're not going to pay attention at 100% of the time. Like, sometimes they'll just not pay attention to the compass 100% of the time. And again, I think they have to click it. And the reason I think that is because there's a glitch in 1.16 where if multiple people are clicking the compass at once and it's updating, it glitches out and doesn't track right. So I know that because we had that problem. So now they know that, and they don't track it. They have one person that tracks usually. Because of the fact that if they all click at once, it glitches. I don't know why that happens. Maybe someone could tell me why. It's a Minecraft glitch. But that does happen. So I know they have to click in order to update the compass. Now this one, actually, this is like the most suspicious one in the whole thing, but I'll explain.
He's almost broken and he is on half a heart. Yes? Now look at that. Just a few seconds later, we see a cut. So he is on half a heart.
So I want to point out something here with the cut. Just pay attention to my blocks. I have 34, right? 34 blocks.
He mines a block. There's lava here.
I have 37 blocks.
Which could very much easily kill him if he's lit on fire.
34.
And then suddenly...
58. Okay? So the cut is a long cut. Okay, so that's the first thing to point out. The cut is a pretty long cut. I'm mining. I'm trying to get into the portal. The portal's through the lava. It's a long cut, so it's not like a 0.25 seconds cut or something. It's a long cut. It's a little bit later.
There's a cut, and now his shield is fully repaired. And if we
So it's not fully repaired. First of all, it's like partially repaired.
jump to 1621, we can see his inventory, in which we'll see that Dream only had 6 iron ingots. Yes, no extra shield. Remember this. This is very important.
You're
Dream
right.
has 6 iron ingots, no extra shield. Now we jump to 2444, and we'll see that Dream here has an extra shield, 6 iron ingots, and a fully repaired and almost half repaired shield. This makes me question what happened.
What are you doing? Push him! Oh my god.
Please die! Oh my...
Despite now, this makes me question that whether or not Dream had prolonged the manhunt just so the hunters could get fully enchanted armor. Because note at this point, before in the video, the hunters didn't have enchanted armor. Their armor was just normal iron armor, just like Dream's, and they had all died.
They had all died. Pay attention to that. He says they had all died. Let's see. Did they all die?
Yeah. Where'd he go?
So Bad died.
Okay, it's okay. Just look for him.
Wait.
Wait,
What?
Sam, no!
Oh my
Get
god.
out!
Oh my
Is that
god.
him? Oh my god.
George died.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Stop nap.
Yes!
What?
Dream.
Where did Sapnap
Why? George, this way.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Around. Goodness.
I don't understand how you got above me. I thought I was digging down to you.
I-
and then
I-
someone fell in my hole. And I thought it was Sam.
Sapnap didn't die. So that's the first thing that's wrong about that. Sapnap didn't die. So Sapnap had full iron, and Sapnap was able to retrieve some of Bad's stuff. So Bad had full iron, Sapnap had full iron. So the only person who didn't have full iron was George. Ice bucket challenge? What?
George, come here.
Oh,
Okay.
that's smart.
So he was able to collect obsidian right then and make an enchantment table. So they already all George didn't have full iron, but I don't know how he got it. But I'm assuming they had extra iron. Maybe they had a little bit extra. But I don't know how he got full iron. But either way, even getting him full iron wouldn't be that hard, that quickly. And again, I'm traveling a lot, and I don't know if you guys see here, but I mined a lot of wood because I was planning on trading for pearls. So I mined so much wood. So this time period that's literally like 2 minutes in the video is literally like probably 5-10 minutes or something in real time. I don't know how long it was, but I was trying to get enough wood to do trades, and you need a lot of wood. You need like 6 stacks or something of wood. So basically they enchanted, and he's saying here that like how'd they get full enchanted armor when they had just died? Well, Sapnap didn't die. Sapnap had bad stuff. George did die and didn't get his stuff. But George probably got full iron, or they may have had extra iron for him. And then enchanting Prot 1, it takes 1 level each. 1 level. So you kill like a couple mobs and you get one level. Like, and all you need is 4 levels each to do it. And Sapnap, again, didn't die. And if you listen closely in the video, Sapnap enchants for them. I'm pretty sure, for Bad at least. I'm watching him. This happened a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure he enchants for them.
You get that while we were down in the cave?
He enchanted.
What?
Nice. Ooh, kill the mobs, get XP. How much do you have? Do we need more? Here, I think that's good.
So George made the achievement enchanter, but so Bad says, how much do you have? Do we need more? I'm pretty sure, maybe I didn't put it in the video, but I'm pretty sure Sapnap enchanted some stuff for them, but I'm not 100% sure.
Now the next point backs up my other claim even further. Dream here, the hunters catch up to him, and you can see almost all of them have full iron armor yet again. Only George Not Found doesn't have a helmet. This makes me question, did Dream yet again stole it for long enough?
So here I was just killing Endermen. Like, you can see my XP. Actually, I want to look at this. I remember my XP was like insane. All right, so look, I kill them here. I'm at level 27, right? I'm at level 27. And then they show up again. like here. I'm at level 32 and almost 33. Now the hardest levels to get are 27 to like 27 and above. I'm at 32, almost 33. That's a lot of levels. Like you can sit at a mob spawner for 15 minutes, a double cave spider mob spawner for 15 minutes, and barely go from 27 to 30. Like you'll get to 30 probably in like 15 minutes. Like I was there killing Endermen and mobs, and there were so many mobs, killing them for like the longest period of time, trying to get pearls. I just needed like 5 pearls or something. And there's like Endermen were rare. They hardly spawned, and I was just killing them over and over again. So that's why they caught up. But you can just see my levels. Like I was just killing so many mobs, and it takes such a long time to get all the pearls you need.
And make it more intense. Collecting Endermen, so that could be explained by that Dream took a really long time to collect Endermen. Yeah, I feel like that's a really half-assed explanation.
I mean, it's the explanation. I wouldn't say it's half-assed. It's the explanation. You can see my XP bar. You can see that I was short on the pearls. You can see I got the last pearl when they came. You can see I killed plenty of mobs, obviously, because my XP bar went up like so much in that time period. Go yourself and try and collect 5 pearls from Enderman in that time period. Like you have to kill at least 10 Endermen to get like 5 pearls. Like, or not, okay, not at least, but on average, 10 Endermen. Like that's quite a lot.
Here we see there's a very clear hole in which Sapnap could have hit Dream. We see that there is a 1-block hole in which he could have hit Dream.
I mean, like to be fair, I mean, I don't know how I can really explain this because I'm not from their perspective, so I have no idea why they didn't hit me. But if you watch here, like I'm not gonna die. Like I'm on plenty of health. They can hit me, 2 times, maybe 3 times in a row, and I wouldn't die. Like it's not like they didn't hit me because I'm low on health. Like with his theory before, with them seeing my health is low, then why wouldn't they hit me? Like they know my health is plenty. But also like they're mining these holes while. Like, and this isn't an easy hit, to be fair. Like, he's like 4 blocks down. There's like a block in the way. It's up 1 to the right. Like, it's not the easiest hit. It's not the easiest hit. And they're trying to mine. So they're probably holding pickaxes and stuff. But then again, I'm not them. I have no idea. But sometimes, like, people just make mistakes, especially when you're like in an intense moment where like you're fighting somebody. It's just hard.
Hole is still there.
Again, but now if you notice, the block is gone that was there, which means Bad must have broke that block. So they probably couldn't hit me, trying to jump up and hit me from there. Broke the block, and then like right as he broke the block, I towered up, so then he couldn't hit me then. This one's so funny.
Which backs up my claim. Dream here is on 1 heart, yes? Bad, if he jumps here and hits Dream, Dream is dead.
So Bad doesn't know that, first of all. Second of all, I have a loaded crossbow pointed right at his face that I somehow missed. I don't even know how I missed that shot. That was like the easiest shot I ever could have taken. But like Bad doesn't jump towards me. I can just like shoot him in midair. He takes like a giant crossbow hit, lands in the water, and then he's far away. And second of all, I just want to watch this through because I have something to show you guys.
Yeah, Bad just stands still for some reason. He just stands still. I don't know why, but he just stands still. Which backs up further evidence saying that the hunters have a client, which show how much health Dream is on.
Okay, so let's think about that real quick. So he just said that he thinks that in this scene, at 33 seconds and 33 minutes and 12 seconds in the Manhunt finale rematch, that Bad not jumping towards me and hitting me was because I was on 1 heart and because they can see my health. So let's go and watch that scene in slow motion, actually. Let's watch that scene in slow motion. I'm gonna watch this whole scene in slow motion. So I shoot and miss. Bad doesn't jump towards me. Kind of weird. George jumps towards me. I'm on 1 heart, keep in mind. Switches to his sword and hits me. I'm on 1 heart! He's saying that they have a mod to see my health. George hits me with a sword on 1 heart. But because he was on slow cooldown when he switched to his sword, I lived on half a heart. Like, I was probably like literally so close to dying here. But he skips this clip. Why does he skip this clip? That's ridiculous. Like, he uses the clip like literally a couple seconds before it. Like, George is kind of weird there. He goes like, because I have a crossbow. They don't know I'm on 1 heart, obviously. They have no idea I'm on 1 heart. So Bad like kind of gets ready to jump. I miss. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. It kind of sucked. But then Bad does this weird like hop thing. But then again, Bad like, I mean, we're talking about Bad Boy Muffin Halo here. Like, are we really gonna hold him to like make some epic sprint jump final hit with like a switching to his sword in midair? Like, I don't know. Maybe probably not. But then we're talking about George. Like right after this, he shows Bad doing this weird thing. And then he doesn't show George. Like, it's not even a second later. Like, he could have just shown this clip a second later. George hits me with a sword when I'm on 1 heart. Like, there's no way that George could in any way whatsoever think that wouldn't kill me if he knew I was on 1 heart. Like, how? I mean, swords do like 2 hearts or something. Like, there's no way. Like, but because he had switched to his sword and hit right away, it did less damage. So it only did half a heart.
Impossible. So we see a minecart which spawns right next to the end portal. And look.
I have no idea. Like, what is that? Why would we stage that? Like, yes, I have a great idea. Let's put a minecart with a chest in the end portal room. That's the best idea I've ever had to stage things. That'd be jeez. Like, what? Like, what is even like? What does that even imply? Like, why would I stage that? It doesn't make any sense. Yes, guys. My perfect manhunt is the minecart with a chest in the end portal room randomly on the staircase. Like, I don't know how the hell that happened. I'm assuming like the mine carts, like the mine shaft spawned first or something, and then the stronghold spawns next, and so it glitched, and like so when it deleted the mine shaft, the chest fell down, and I think that's what happened. I'm sure it can happen. I'm sure somebody can prove that can happen. I don't think I have the seed for this world anymore, but it did happen. It happened. Why? Like, what is that to stage?
Here's the next part. How the hell did the hunters get full armor again? Like, they had just died not a few minutes ago in the video.
I mean, again, he keeps using like a few minutes ago in video terms. Like, really, you just need to like the video, like the recordings we've done are like 4 hours. When you're watching a 40-minute video, you know, you're missing 2 hours and a half of footage. So every minute's like 4 or 5 minutes or something. Like, it really is. So when you're saying how they get it in 3 minutes, like it's probably like 15 minutes or more, like or like maybe around there, or maybe less, maybe more. Just depends on how much I cut out.
Here, I just want to clarify that this play is not scripted. The one in which he placed boats across lava.
Wow, thank you.
And ran across. This is not scripted. It's called planning. It's a thing where you have a list of stuff that you want to do in a video, and you pick the stuff that you best fits the situation.
Oh yeah, no, and that's something about Manhunts as well. Is like some things are scripted, but not scripted in the way you would think. Like, it's scripted because I plan it. Like, I'll go, you know what? Here's a list of like 15 cool plays I came up with. I want to try and do them if I can. And then if there's an opportunity to do one, then I do it.
Look at his XP right now.
I've talked about this before. This one's like the most obvious one where it's like, oh, that was staged because my XP goes down after a certain point. But the server crashed, and during that whole point, the server was lagging. So, and you can actually see in the uncut footage of my last manhunt, the server crashed. There wasn't a rollback because we had fixed that issue, but the server crashed. But that in this manhunt particularly, if you watch, it was lagging a lot. Like, you can go through and watch this entire manhunt, and it's like very laggy compared to usual. And it's because the server was having problems, and it ended up crashing, and it literally did like a 10-second rollback. It doesn't make any sense. My XP went down like it was back before I killed 2 blaze and I got XP, and then I didn't have the blaze rods, and then the server rolled back. I didn't have the blaze rods, and I lost 2 XP, and like all my stuff was back to literally 10 seconds ago or whatever.
The compass works, yet still dug for Dream in number 6, and then when the compass.
And again, so he's saying here that they knew I was either above or below them right away here, and that he's saying, and they didn't. In other cases, he didn't know that. I mean, they didn't know that he was near them, and he snuck up on them. But the reason here is because they're actively looking for me, so they're paying attention to the compass. And also, the compass automatically updates in the Nether. So the Nether, they're more likely to notice right away because they don't have to click it. Like, they have a little thing above their hotbar, and so they don't have to actually click it.
Is why the hunters just watched. They were right behind Dream. Yeah, they were right behind Dream.
They weren't right behind me. I mean, they were close, but they weren't right behind me. Which one is this? 4 hunters. Did I even open this one? Right behind me. I get some ground on them. Like, So you see how far he is there? He's pretty far.
Hey, really? Okay, careful.
I make some maneuvers. Like, to be fair, I like perfectly parkoured there. Like, I don't know if he's gonna do that.
Oh, so bridge.
And then I perfectly got around that. I basically had perfect movement. Like, you could not have done better movement in that situation. Like, actually, I don't think you could have. Maybe like literally barely better. And then like this takes like maybe he was right on me right then, but like I'm like that was like 2 seconds. Like he'd have to be like 5 blocks behind me to make to mess me up in that case. Like I don't know. That's not a thing.
We see Dream fighting with George and Sapnap. His Dream is alive, so he starts to build up. Yet when Dream places water, George just watches. He just watches and he doesn't keep building up. I don't understand why.
I mean, I don't understand why either. But then again, it means George, not me. Like, that's the thing is like because I don't know their mindset. Like, I don't know their mindset at all. So, but I'm assuming he just I don't know. He just didn't want to engage me right then because George is George. Like, George isn't the best player on the Hunters or anything. Like, he's probably not gonna swim up alone and I knock him down and he dies and then everyone's mad at him. So again, this is why, and I'll explain this. I explained this at the very beginning of the stream, but I'll explain this again here. So at Manhunts, when we start, we were going to do a grace period when we originally first started Manhunts. And I was like, that's boring though. Like if we do a grace period, then the first like however long of the video when I'm just collecting stuff is going to be boring. And that's like the hooking part where you get hooked into the video. So we decided, okay, well, let's not do a grace period. But if you die right off the beginning, we just do it again. And that's the most fair. And again, I said at the beginning, but the hunters actually get money if they kill me off the beginning. So that way they try hard. That way they don't just let me free. So the best thing about it is that leads to the beginning usually me getting lucky. Because if we're redoing it, let's say we redo it 3 times because like, oh, I die right off the beginning, or there's like nothing, I just run out of hunger. Like we've had it before where I literally just like run away. There's like nothing in a million years. I'm like in the middle of an ocean. There's nothing. There's no shipwrecks. I just run out of hunger. I'm like on 1 hunger bar in the middle of an ocean, 2 minutes into the video. I'm like, this is like the most boring video in the history of the earth. Let's restart. I have nothing. I'm in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Like, pirates are gonna come kill me or something. Like I feel like an ant could come and kill me at that point. Like it's like we're gonna restart. So that's why it leads to more lucky beginnings because like an actual example, when I jumped down this desert temple, like I knew that hey, if there's nothing good in this desert temple, I die. And I knew I have nothing. If there's nothing good in this desert temple, we restart. So I jump into the desert temple because I'm like, why not? If I get something good, then it'll be awesome. I can kill them off the beginning and get away. If I don't get something, then I die, and then okay, they get money and it hurts my bank, but we get to restart. So it's like it's 2 seconds into the video. That's why I take more risks at the beginning of the videos.
Here at 1948, we see that Sapnap makes a mistake. He blows up a bed and he kills himself. I feel like this is such a rookie mistake for Sapnap that it shouldn't happen.
Well, yeah, it is. But then again, like just mistakes like that can happen occasionally. I'm pretty sure he just, I don't see his perspective, but I'm pretty sure he just like misplaced a block. Like he just meant to he placed a block on the wrong side of the bed. Like I've done that in live streams before, and I speed run, right? So at the very end of a stream, I remember one time at the very end of a stream, I was in the end. I placed the block on the wrong side and clicked it instinctually and blew myself up when I was in the end in the speed run. And I'm sure Sapnap has probably done that in his streams before. Like I'm sure you can find a clip of him doing that in his streams. When you're under pressure, you're doing it quickly. Like it's literally just, it's just a thing. So that's just, again, you can't really say that's staged or anything.
They had just died. Now they're back in full iron armor. This is...
Well, again, things take longer than you think to do. There was a part in this video. Oh, yeah, look at my inventory. So if you notice one thing, I have no bow. Okay? I have no bow. I have no string. All right? So I have no bow, I have no string to make a bow, and I have 25 arrows, okay? And I have enough to make a bunch of beds, but one cycling is risky, especially on servers. It like barely works. Like, and the thing is, I find that out. Was it this video? No, it was another video. It was either the next video or it was before this. It might have been before this, because that would make more sense. But either way, on servers, one cycling doesn't work that well. So I didn't want to do a one cycle. I needed to get a bow. So the reason this takes so long, and it seems like instantaneous. Like, look, I'm in a mine shaft, like collecting string. Like, obviously, there's cuts between this, but like, it's like, obviously, it's not like an instantaneous thing. Like, it makes it seem like it's literally 10 seconds, But like that's probably a 5-minute period where I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think a creeper blew up and exposed that thing, and then I broke the string, and I had to make the bow, and I had to prepare my inventory, etc., etc. So it's like literally, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Very ridiculous how they didn't find him. Half of him is exposed, yeah? Had
I mean,
any of the hunters been on any of this
half of me
path,
isn't
they would
exposed,
easily
but
seen
oh, you mean on the half second?
And
Yeah. Well, then he's right.
the fact that they did.
Yeah, but I was moving around. Like I was moving. Like I was paying attention to their names and stuff, and like moving based on where they were. Like I wasn't just being like, oh, let's hope they don't go on this half of the world. Like that'd be stupid. I was like paying attention and going, okay, I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna move on this side. There's people over there. I'm placing these blocks here to block myself. Like I was being careful. It wasn't just like that. So in Hitman, he's saying, well, in Hitman, he taught the hunters saw how to counter this by jumping down and breaking the boat. But again, you have to jump down, hit the boat perfectly, and then it would kill me, right? And that's assuming I don't have like a water bucket or something to MLG or another way to MLG, or I pick up back up the boat and place the boat in MLG. Like, but he will die no matter what. If he jumps and does that, he will die. So it's kind of like the lava thing where like you're telling him to, which is why I think he probably, wouldn't be the best hunter. I'll just say that. But because he would be like, kamikaze, jump down, and like just jump after me, probably miss the axe hit, fall to his death, and then everyone will be like, you idiot. Like, again, I think it's just one of those things where you don't do those risky plays, because if you do those risky plays, 9 out of 10 times you'll die, and you don't want to give me that advantage. Like if you give me that advantage, I'm taking it and running with it. Like I will take advantage of the fact that you just died, probably kill your teammates, and then you will be like the fool, the clown with the the red shiny nose.
When he goes into this part here, that part is where cave spiders usually spawn, yet not a single cave spider spawns.
So, first of all, I'm breaking iron with a golden pickaxe. I staged that part. I thought it'd be so funny to make myself look like a fool. But no, I think that the reason the mobs don't spawn as much is because it's on easy. Like, we play Manhunts on easy. So maybe we have played a Manhunt on not easy before, but we play Manhunts on the easy difficulty. So cave spiders don't actually give you poison, and there's much less spawns. And the reason for that is just because we don't want... A Manhunt would be lame if you're just dying to mobs every time. There has been some Manhunts where there's a lot of mobs, and so, but there's the second thing as well. Even on easy, we also play on a server, so there's mob caps. So what mob caps are is it means that if there's a certain number of mobs already spawned, then it won't spawn it won't spawn more mobs near you because it's hit the limit of mobs being spawned. Right? So I want you to listen carefully to something he says that this plays into that, because he says something.
You can hear Jordan Sapnap complaining about there's so many mobs, yet next to Dream there's not a single mob.
That makes sense, right? So he's saying you can hear George and Sapnap complaining about how many mobs are near them, but by Dream there's no mobs, and that's because of the mob cap. So basically they have all the mobs, it hit the mob cap, and then I ran away from them, and I was near them, which is why it spawned mobs near me by them. And so basically for mobs to spawn near me, they'd need to kill all those mobs or have those mobs despawn.
You see him making invis and not strength. He didn't make strength, he made invis.
So here I made invis because I was planning on sneaking by them at the portal. I knew they were waiting at the portal because they weren't coming to attack me. They had died recently. They were meeting up with each other. They were grouping up. I knew that they were doing that. So the problem is that I wanted to make invis in order to sneak by them. I thought it'd be cool. I thought it'd be easy. I thought they wouldn't realize, and so that's why I did that. So yeah, I made invis. I prioritized invis over strength, knowing I could just make strength later, and I'm pretty sure I did make strength later.
He informs the hunter. He informs the hunters that he can, quote-unquote, see them, giving them a hint to check their compasses.
So this was the dumb move by me, but I knew they were going to realize shortly, so I thought I would keep their attention. And so by keeping their attention, I could just say, I said, I can see you guys, and then I said, I can see your dumb little castle thing. And so my thought process was, oh, if I say that, then what'll happen is they're not going to check their compass. What they're going to do is, because they don't have a compass anyway, they have a little thing above their hotbar in the nether. But I'm like, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to be like on lookout, like he has to be here because of the castle. They're not going to think he went through the portal, because how would he go to the portal? It doesn't make any sense. If he knows we have a castle, he says he can see us, then we're going to like look for him. So they'd be on full lookout. So I wanted to like keep their attention, that way they're like on their heels.
Dream is collecting iron for his minecart play. My question here is, why did none of the hunters put any pressure onto him? In the full VOD, this is even more insane. They left him alone for 30 whole minutes. Yeah, 30 whole minutes, right?
Well, it's because they know so there's two things. One, they know that I'm nearby because they have Sapnap on the surface, which was smart, and they have him running around looking at the compass, checking where I am at all times. So they know I'm still underground. They know that I'm near everybody, and they know that they know that I haven't left, right? So they know I'm not running to another stronghold. They know I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just underground mining. And so they know that. And so they know what's the best he can do. He could get diamond, he could enchant, but even if I got full prot 4 diamond and tried to fight them, they're 4 people they're 4 people in prot diamond. Like protection 1 diamond. 4 people. Like even if I got full protection 4, I would not be able to take them. Like I mean maybe if I do like pull off some crazy moves, like totally outmaneuver them, destroy them, then maybe I'd win. Like maybe. 4 people in prot 1 diamond. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. So they just know here, like no matter what he does, no matter like they just what they don't want to do is they don't want to get trapped. They don't want to get ironically. They don't want to get trapped. They don't want to separate. They don't want to do anything like that. They just want to stay by the portal. They want to make sure I don't just run by them and get in the portal.
Builds out. Pause here. Can you tell any difference between these 2 striders?
Well, obviously not. Obviously you're not going to be able to because you're watching it through YouTube compressing it, my rendering compressing it. The recording, like if you're watching the raw footage, I don't even think it looks as good as it does when you're literally playing Minecraft. Like, obviously, I can tell the difference. Otherwise, I wouldn't have jumped into the lava pit not seeing that the Strider had a saddle on. Like, obviously, that's not going to happen. So things look different when you compress. When you compress things, like obviously you can see how blurry that looks. Like, do you really think that's how my Minecraft looks? Like, look how blurry things are. Like, yes, my Minecraft looks like that when I play it. Like, no, it's like 10 times higher quality and like very clear. It's on my own monitor, not all the compression and everything. So obviously you can't tell the difference because of all the stuff that rendering does to it, that YouTube does to it and everything. So that's why it looks different to you. It's the same reason why if you watch the horse clutch, which he actually says this horse clutch is legit. Like at some point, wherever he talks about the horse clutch, he's like the horse clutch. It's right here.
Here is very much doable for someone like Dream. Hills biome. 30 minutes. I want to clarify something. Many people say this part is scripted. Looking at this is not.
Oh, so where's like the horse? Can you even tell that this is a horse? Can you tell that like this is a horse? They look like splotches. Like what can you like that? It's the same thing, but on my screen, it's very clear that this is a horse, right? So it's like, it's very different based on compression. Like, and he says this one's legit. He's like, this is very legit.
Scripted.
Shoot him! Kill him!
He says this is not scripted.
This is a plain hills biome, which
So,
right?
yeah, I didn't place a saddle. So basically, Striders can spawn with saddles. Now I'm not actually sure if this is a glitch in the version we were playing on, because there was a glitch at some point in Minecraft where Striders would just spawn with a saddle and no mob. But even if it wasn't, Striders can spawn with saddles with a like guy on top of them or something, and then that guy can suffocate in like blocks in the Nether or just die somehow, like from a skeleton or something. I don't know exactly how it works. And then it's just a saddle. So that's what happened, I'm guessing. We were in the Nether for a long time, so there was a lot of time for it to happen. It just had a saddle on it. So I didn't have a saddle. I didn't place it. It was literally just there.
Now, what I wanted to point out is another ridiculous situation. Dream is on half a heart, and throughout this whole entire Nether fortress, we don't see a single wither skeleton ever. Not a single wither skeleton.
So there's no wither skeletons, but I did come across Blaze, but there's no wither skeletons. But again, mob caps, first of all, mob caps. And second of all, wither skeletons are actually fairly rare to find in like the normal fortress biomes. Like wither skeletons spawn a lot in the in the basalt delta biomes. Like there's so many of them, and you can see in the manhunt before this, like he points out when there's like no mobs, but doesn't point out when there's so many mobs. Like if you watch the manhunt before this, which one? This is the finale rematch, so it'd be the finale, the 4 hunters finale. Look at this. First of all, so many blaze. Look at this.
He's gonna get all the blaze right now.
Watch this.
I'm gonna hurry.
Oh my gosh, this biome is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I left it back.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh.
Like, if you can't cherry pick, like you can't say, look at this video and say that there and see that how there's no mobs there. But look at this video and there's like a billion mobs and not even mention the billion mobs. Like that's not fair. But the thing is, it just depends. Like I think that the reason that there's so many mobs here is one, the biome, because it's way more likely for wither skeletons to spawn in basalt deltas, and two, the mob cap. I think that because I had just killed 2 of them, they probably were like above ground in daytime in the overworld, and I'm in the nether, so the mobs were like have an ability to spawn like infinitely.
That's ridiculous. Like seriously, there's not a single mob here. And Dream manages to survive on half a heart. Oh man, I don't know.
I mean, I released, again, on the Minecraft Manhunt channel, guys. Go subscribe to it. It's called Minecraft Manhunt. It has a compass. I released the full uncut of this as well. You can watch from the beginning to the end. It's like 15 minutes. I'm on half a heart in the nether. Not staged. No cuts. Didn't die. There just happened to be less mobs. Or less mobs than I don't even think less mobs. There's like just not mobs didn't attack me. And there were blazes that attacked me. And I killed them. And if mobs did attack me, like he's acting like I would have died. Like I probably wouldn't have died. Like I have a shield. Like I can just shield, time my hits and block. Like I didn't die on half a heart in a pit with 15 angry piglins attacking me. And he's thinking I'm going to die on half a heart if like 1 wither skeleton happened to be there or something. Like it's not too much of a difference. Like, yeah, it might have, it might have mattered, but probably not, honestly.
Right, now next point is in the same sequence. 448. Dream just killed Sapnap, right? Dream here just killed Sapnap, and just as he's about to get close to the stuff.
No, wrong. You can. He points it out, but the time changes. So basically, I wasn't just getting stuff. I had already looted his stuff. I was like way more than mid looting. I took like a minute. I was looting it, and then they ran up. And the reason I cut was for intensity. Like I'm not gonna sit there and show me looting his stuff. That's like the dumbest thing ever. Like why would I? All right, guys, let me just sit here. I'm looting his stuff. No one's talking. Look off. I don't care if you keep watching. I don't make videos for entertainment purposes or anything.
Now, Sapnap, god damn it, had you just hit Dream would have died.
Chat participation. What's the answer, guys? What's the response? Oh, I know by now. He said, if Sapnap would have just hit him one more time, he would have died. Chat? You need your participation points. He doesn't know. Finish the sentence. Fill in the blank. He doesn't know. He doesn't know his health. He doesn't know my health. That's why. That's the answer for like everything. But yeah, he doesn't know his health. But also, like, I'm like to the side, 1 block below him. There's a block between us. It's like a foot trap. Like, it'd be hard for him to hit me, first of all. And second of all, he doesn't know my health. So he probably thinks he might have to hit me 3, 4, 5 times. He probably thinks I have food. I just happen to have no food. That's why I didn't heal. Otherwise, I would have been on full health. So again, he has no idea what my health is. And it'd be really hard for him to hit me. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to my stream. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said at the beginning, I'll reiterate it. Do not send hate to this person. Obviously, I'm considering hate, like if you're commenting and saying horrible stuff or DMing him or harassing him or whatever. And obviously, I'll say this, that anybody who does that, you are no fan of mine. And I do not accept you into this community. I do not accept you into my as a fan of mine. So do not do it. Again, I consider that, like, if you're commenting saying negative things, if you really, really, really have to do something, then literally you can just like leave a dislike. That is the easiest thing in the world, but do not do any more than that if you have to. And I'd say, unless you have strong feelings, don't do that. Okay. I'm sure he'll see this video. He left it in the description saying, hey, Dream could DM me or something. So seems like a good guy. And I think he genuinely, this was actually a good thing because I got to talk through this, explain everything, talk about all these different aspects. So obviously I can't control anybody. But if you see people doing that, make sure they know they are not